Hello everyone, Jeff with the Green Review. Almost everyone will say they want a tree that is not messy. In that case, buy a plastic tree. All live trees lose some leaves during the year. They will have flowers that drop petals, fruit that falls and germinates in the gutters, and old branches and twigs will fall off in windstorms. There will always be something. Some trees are messier than others, such as sycamore that loses its bark once a year, but no tree is mess-free. In dioecious species, female trees that drop seeds or fruit are messier than male trees that only drop flowers, but planting only male trees of these species creates its own problems. The first step in buying a tree is to match your needs: shade, flowers, fruit, etc., the site's environmental conditions, the soil drainage, sunlight, etc., and the tree's desired characteristics such as flowers, fall color, and size. Make a list of what you want and don't want from a tree for each location, such as shade to screen a view, pretty flowers, or edible fruit. When looking at the potential tree's new location, don't forget to look up and determine how high the tree can grow before it'll hit power lines or the eaves of the house. Don't plant a tree that will become a pruning nightmare in the future because it was placed under or next to power lines. How much soil will the tree roots have access to? Large trees need more soil, so planting an oak in a sidewalk planter in a downtown will shorten its life to 10 or 20 years. The same tree in a forest will live 200 years. Soil pH and soil drainage are important considerations since a tree will have to live with that soil for a very long time. How much sunlight will the tree receive? Small trees like this redbud under this giant silver maple are native to growing under large trees in a forest, so planting a small tree in full sun may not be a good idea. Don't forget that trees create shade. Lawns and many flowers don't grow well in the shade of trees, so you have to pick other plants that will grow in that shade. Trees and shrubs have many ornamental characteristics. The leaves can have many shades of green, red, or blue during the summer. In the fall, some trees have wonderful color, while others turn greenish yellow and just fall off. The bark of many trees is beautiful. It can add colors and textures to the landscape, especially in winter. Some trees naturally have very formal shapes, while others have to be pruned to keep a round or pyramidal shape. No matter what characteristic you're looking for, it may be best to buy the tree when that characteristic is most visible. Before buying a tree, check to see if your municipality has a list of trees that cause problems or that are overplanted. There are a lot of tree species that are not commonly planted that will be great in your landscape. No matter who plants the tree, if it's in the city's right-of-way, it may become under the jurisdiction of the municipality, and they get to decide when and how to prune it. The urban landscape and its microclimates are different from natural, rural, and suburban landscapes. It can be very difficult to select an appropriate tree. That's why many cities have the same very tough plants, even if they are not native to an area. In many urban microclimates, no tree will thrive, but some will survive longer. So what's this mean to me? Dioecious tree species that have separate male and female plants may still be asexually cloned or reproduced. If a male tree is reproduced by cloning to form a cultivar that does not bear messy fruit or seeds, it may become popular for its low maintenance. Some cities have banned or regulated the use of female trees and their messiness. The male trees still produce pollen, and with only male trees being grown, those same towns now have problems with people getting allergies because of so much pollen in the air. If they'd rather banned the male trees, they would have had less fruit and fewer allergy problems. In other words, what's this mean to me? The plant to environment balance and thrive range for each tree needs to be considered. Trees are meant to be long-term investments. Placing a tree in a location that is only in the survive range is not a very good investment. We're not only concerned about the growing conditions, but the location of the tree in relation to buildings, pavements, and utilities. Plant it too close to one of these, and eventually the tree will become a hazard. In other words, what's this mean to me? Consider where plants are from before adding them to your environment. Needle-leafed evergreens are native to cold climates with short summers, where the year-round needles can get sunlight anytime it happens. Many of them are very adaptable, but they often do poorly in hot, dry environments or at the top of berms, where we put them for screening. That kind of location doesn't meet their thrive range of environmental conditions. In other words, what does this mean to me? Avoid planting a monoculture. When people ask me what kind of tree they should plant, I always say the one that no one else in the neighborhood has. For instance, if there are a bunch of maples on your street and a maple-loving insect or disease comes to the neighborhood, a lot of these trees could die. If you spend a lot of money trying to save your tree, but some other people don't, then the problem will remain on their trees where it can continue to reinfect your tree. If you have a tree species not like all the others, then the risk of getting a disease or insect problem is greatly reduced. People like the appearance of uniformity. We like to plant whole streets with a single tree species, but then we lose the whole group, such as when we lost most of the elms to Dutch elm disease, most of the ash trees to the emerald ash borer. Trees are long-term investments, so do your research and pick the right tree for the right place. And this is Jeff with the Greener View.